When you think of the civil rights movement, who comes to mind? Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, Malcolm X. Their names are etched in history. Their speeches echo through time. But what about the names you don't know? The faces you've never seen? What about the countless ordinary people who fought their own silent battles, far from the headlines and the history books? These are their stories. For every televised march, there were 100 quiet acts of defiance that never made the news. These were the women, mostly African American, who worked in the kitchens of white families, community centers, and clandestine meeting spots. They weren't just making meals, they were fueling a revolution. While leaders planned boycotts and marches in the front rooms, these women were in the back, listening, gathering information, and passing vital messages between activist groups. A note tucked into a bag of groceries. They risked their jobs, their safety, and their lives, all while remaining invisible. Their contribution wasn't in a speech. It was in every plate of food that gave a tired activist the strength to fight another day. Then there were the drive-by librarians. In many parts of the rural South, Black children were barred from public libraries. Access to books, to knowledge, was a privilege reserved for white citizens. So a network of brave individuals, teachers, and church members created mobile libraries out of their own cars. They filled their trunks with donated books, everything from picture books to classic literature, and drive through remote Black communities. They'd park on a dusty road corner, and children would flock to them, hungry for stories and information. These librarians operated under the constant threat of harassment and violence from those who believed education was a dangerous tool in the hands of the oppressed. But they kept driving week after week, opening up new worlds for children who were told they weren't worthy of them. Their battle wasn't on a bridge. It was on the back roads of America, armed with nothing but paper and ink. We know the famous freedom songs, but what about the local poets who performed in secret gatherings, their words sparking hope in small, crowded rooms? A man named Frank C. Williams is a perfect example. He was a sign painter from Savannah, Georgia. He wasn't a famous artist, but his work was seen by everyone. He painted the protest signs, every powerful slogan you saw on the news. I am a man. End segregated schools was often hand-lettered by people like him. These weren't just signs. They were declarations of humanity, painted with precision and purpose in garages and church basements, often just hours before a march. Each brush stroke was an act of rebellion, and we can't forget the teenagers. While we often see images of college students at sit-ins, thousands of high school and even middle school students were on the front lines. Consider the Children's Crusade of 1963 in Birmingham, Alabama. When many adults were afraid to protest for fear of losing their jobs, it was the children who stepped up. They faced down police dogs, high-pressure fire hoses, and arrest. A 14-year-old girl named Audrey Faye Hendricks was one of the youngest known participants. She spent a week in jail. Why did she do it? She said she wanted to be able to go to the park and get a hot dog, a simple freedom she was denied. These young people sacrificed their childhoods, their safety, and their innocence for a future they weren't even sure they would get to see. Their bravery shamed the city's leadership and forced the nation to confront the brutal reality of segregation. Another silent battle was fought by white allies who were often overlooked. People like the ministers, students, and homemakers who defied their own communities to stand in solidarity. They faced ostracism, threats, and violence from their own friends and neighbors. A woman named Juliette Hampton Morgan, a white librarian in Montgomery, Alabama, was one of them. For years, she wrote letters to the local newspaper, condemning segregation and supporting civil rights. After the bus boycott began, her public support for the cause made her a target. She was harassed relentlessly. Her home was targeted, and she lost her social standing. The immense pressure ultimately took a tragic toll on her. Her story is a heartbreaking reminder that standing up for what is right often comes at a profound personal cost, and that the fight for justice required courage from people on all sides of the color line. The civil rights movement wasn't just a series of grand events. It was the farmer who hid activists in his barn, the beautician who turned her salon into a safe space for organizers. They acted out of a deep sense of justice and a belief in a better world. Their names might be lost to history, but their impact is immeasurable. They are the roots of the tree of liberty, hidden deep beneath the ground but providing the strength for everything that grew above. So the next time you reflect on this pivotal era in American history, remember to look beyond the famous faces. Think of the cooks, the librarians, the artists, and the children. Think of the millions who fought their own silent battles, whose stories of courage and sacrifice are the true foundation of the progress that was made. Their fight reminds us that change doesn't always come with a thunderous roar. Sometimes it starts with a whisper, a secret act of kindness, a quiet, unshakable resolve to do what is right. Their legacy is all around us, and the freedoms we often take for granted. Thank you for watching. If these stories moved you, please like, subscribe, and share so that their silent battles will not be forgotten.